McKeag Johnson, do you agree with both Clean Energy's statement and mine earlier in our study that forced labor should be unequivocally not a part of our supply chain? Yes or no? Can you explain to Canadians how forced labor is connected to EV production, backed by the Human Rights Watch 2024 report on forced labor specifically related to EVs?
In China, there have been mass transfers of Uyghurs to places of work that have been set up, usually out in very rural areas, where they are made to work to produce aluminum, and also working in coal mines. And both coal mines and aluminum are part of the inputs to EVs. And so it's through the aluminum that we see, and it's dozens of parts in the engine blocks and the wheels and internally in the car that we get this forced labor. And this regulation that has been passed forbids anybody to ask about that. And you know what? So what do you do in the face of that? Clearly, China doesn't like people asking about forced labor. And so they've just brought a regulation saying nobody can ask about it. And so what do? Oh, okay, well, we'll just accept that, and we'll accept all of your products, and we just won't ask any questions about forced labor.
That's why I'm asking you these questions today, because I do not accept just not talking about it. Do you think that advocates like Clean Energy should reconsider statements like this is a pro-Canadian choice, considering that our Canadian auto workers are up against forced labor and our Canadian values?
Well, it's up against forced labor in China, and by way of this isn't just a handful of people. In 2024, it was 3.4 million transfers of Uyghurs into jobs like this in forced labor. And you know that's a large number of people. These are people working in slave conditions, and it's not just over there in China. In Brazil and in Hungary, and Ms. Duran mentioned the BYD plant in Hungary. I'm glad she did. She should look up Hungary and BYD and slave labor, because forced labor has been shown in the hundreds, 350 Chinese workers who have built the plant in Hungary, and now the authorities there are investigating. In Brazil, the government fined BYD $10 million because of the forced labor in that plant. But for BYD, that plans to have 2.4 billion in sales across South America, that's just the cost of doing business.